Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is August 20th, 2014, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you here today. This afternoon, we are going to spend 30 minutes sharing with you different ways that you can get paid for your time. I know a lot of marketers out there that work for free, and it's really unfortunate because your time has incredible value. There are hundreds of thousands of people in the internet marketing community who are just aching for someone to spend some time with them and show them how to do even the basics. I mean, setting up autoresponders and how to post to safe lists and how to get results with Facebook advertising groups. And if you're that person who is willing to put yourself out there and start sharing some value and some quality content with the internet marketing community, you can make a lot of money in a very short period of time, in addition to whatever business opportunities that you're building, or affiliate products or tools that you are promoting. Okay, the real key to this is starting with the creation of content. That's what's going to get people's attention more than anything. Okay, now for those of you that are already members of the Academy, I'm not going to turn on screen sharing just yet, but if you go to the Academy and go to the AHB library, you are going to see where we added a new training product today called Mentoring for Cash. Okay, I went through this product this morning, and the information in there is rock solid. And if you follow the advice in that document, you're going to be well on your way to having a great idea for what you need to do and how to develop the foundation for coaching and consulting. Okay, now, a couple of things that I'm going to caution you on before you do this. Okay, number one, all right, everybody calls themselves a coach and a mentor nowadays. If you go to Twitter, there are more coaches and mentors on Twitter, okay, than there are sand grains on the beach in the entire state of Florida. No joke. Everybody calls themselves a coach or a mentor. Calling yourself a coach or a mentor is not what is going to get you the results that you're looking for. It's your interaction with people and the way that you conduct yourself that's going to attract people to you and put them, in a position where they're going to want to spend money with you. Okay, so there's a couple of cool creative ways that we can go about doing this. So I'm gonna turn on some notes here today, and then we will get started. Okay, let me turn on desktop sharing, and just close down a couple things right here. This whole desktop sharing thing is kinda. Let me see. There it is right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share this. You guys should be seeing this right now. So, how to get paid as a coach or mentor. I want you to consider for a few minutes what I just said and what I've been saying over and over again, that there is a 95% failure rate in the world of home-based business. Some people say it's as high as 99%. And I realize that a lot of that is just people who are never going to do anything. It does not matter what you show them how to do. There's always going to be something that's more important than their business. However, not all of the people in that 95% bracket are lazy, unmotivated, or unwilling to learn. They just haven't had access to the right training. You could actually leverage the Academy of Home Business to launch your own coaching and consulting program, okay, by simply contributing content, having it reviewed by us, and if we like what you are doing, we will put your videos in the Academy. We will bring you to Hangouts, interview you so people can see you live in real time. Okay, we did this last night. By God's amazing grace, we are privileged to have a lady who I have just earned a phenomenal amount of respect for over the last few months, Sherry Higdon, as a leader in our company. As a matter of fact, without Bob Riddell and Sherry Higdon, and Jocelyn Jones and a couple of other people, the Academy wouldn't be what it is today. Shout out to my good brother, Rodney Coleman, for a great contribution to the Academy yesterday as well. It doesn't take a phenomenal amount of knowledge to make an impression upon someone. So many people are just hungry for someone to spend a little bit of time with them. Okay, one of the best trainings out there, and I will go through and I will dig this out and edit it out so we can add it to the Academy in terms of getting paid as a coach and mentor, was once again put out there by one of my marketing heroes, Frank Kern. And one of the things that Frank Kern teaches and has taught for years since I've been following him is to always lead with your best stuff and always lead with something of incredible value for free. And one of the things that you can lead with for free, ladies and gentlemen, is your time, because that's going to give you the opportunity to start building relationships with people. There's a couple of really cool strategies that you can utilize for those of you that are building a list using Google Documents. Set up a survey, set it to your list, and offer your list, or anybody on your list that wants it, a free 30-minute coaching session with you. That's a fantastic way to get signups in your primary business by simply leveraging your primary business is the price point for your services. They get one session free. If they want to continue, they can either pay cash via PayPal, or they can join your primary business with you, or they could join the Academy with you, so you have cash flow coming in from that. I mean, there's so many cool, creative ways to make money on the internet, and unfortunately, there's just not a lot of people out here willing to teach this stuff. I'm not going to poo-poo on any of the, I just said poo-poo, but I say it a lot, so most of you are used to it. I'm not going to poo-poo on a lot of the training that's out here, because there's so much training out here that's phenomenal. And most of it's available for free on YouTube and Google if you look hard enough for it. But one of the greatest tricks that's pulled by some of the, we'll call them gurus of the internet marketing community, is to give people phenomenal information without connecting the dots for people. And I actually had this conversation with Sherry Higdon the other day via Facebook, because there's so many times where you purchase a coaching program or a mentoring program or any other type of training program, and they give you just enough to go out and get your butt kicked. Okay, anybody that's ever been in the military, going through basic training can relate to this, because when I was in the Army, one of the exercises that we had to go through was known as pugil sticks. Basically what we did is we put on these shoulder pads and football helmet looking things, and they gave us this stick with a great big pad in the middle and two great big pads on the end, and our job was to go out there and put the other guy on the ground. Okay, again, that's the type of hand-to-hand combat that's just barely enough to get your butt kicked. If you really want to become a master in martial arts or self-defense, you have to invest your resources to work with a trainer or get involved in a class where you can learn the fine points of self-defense and practice and master those, not only in a classroom environment, but also on your own. Well, doing what we do as internet marketers is the exact same thing. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of information out there that teaches you just enough to go out and get your butt kicked. For example, people will tell you to go out and buy solo ads. They'll tell you where to buy them, and they'll give you an idea of what to promote. But then you buy a solo ad, you pay for 100 clicks, you spent $40, you get 20 opt-ins and nobody buys your stuff, and you sit there feeling alone and confused, disappointed, disgusted, and even sometimes pissed off because you feel like you got ripped off. Where the truth of the matter is, if people would just take it a little step further and explain to people, like we did on our workshop this morning, that the key to getting results with these resources is to reach out to the people on those resources based on their wants, needs, and desires, you are going to get the results that you're looking for, provided you're staying consistent with a business plan that you are following day after day after day. This is a big part of the reason why we have created the Academy, is so you guys can connect the dots. So you can see, okay, this makes sense to me now. If I'm going to go out and utilize SafeList to drive traffic, it makes more sense to offer SafeList marketers solutions that are going to help them be better at SafeList marketing than to just go out there and promote a business opportunity or promote a free ebook or something like that with the hope that maybe somebody's going to opt in, download the thing, and perhaps buy something from me. When you make it a point to become part of your marketing system and part of the package, when people buy something from you, the value goes way up, trust is formed, and now you have a list of subscribers who will happily buy stuff from you because you've not given them a bum steer along the way. You've shot straight with them. You've told them exactly what you're doing. If I'm going to do a workshop where there's going to be a call to action to buy something, I tell people ahead of time, look, I'm going to do a workshop here with another internet marketer tonight, like we did with Dustin Custer a couple weeks ago. We're going to give you guys some incredible value during that workshop, but at the end, we are going to offer you something for sale. Okay, and we had a great night of sales from that because we have made a decision, myself, Dustin Custer, Robert Blakely, Ricardo Rodriguez, and a lot of the other guys that I work with and learn from on the internet, to just keep things real. No flashy sales videos, nothing more than just real people reaching out and talking to real people and sharing with them, look, okay, I'm not going to tell you that I know it all, because I don't. Okay, yes, I've been doing this for 14 years. Yes, by God's amazing grace, my life as a home business owner gets better and better every day. But I don't know it all, and I'm constantly working to learn more and get better at what it is that I do. And as you do this, this qualifies you to offer your time in trade for money. Even if all you've learned is how to post to a handful of SafeList and get 10 to 15 new subscribers per day, that's information out there that people want, because the majority of the people aren't getting that. Okay, if you're a top marketer and you know how to go out and utilize retargeting for the purposes of driving traffic and collecting email addresses, fantastic. Okay, share that with people. Point is here today, ladies and gentlemen, is your time has value. And one of the things that we're going to be doing in the Academy is assisting you with learning how to develop your skills so you can earn money as an online marketer. There are businesses, even in the communities where you live, who would pay you to simply share with them how to get the results that you're getting based on different methods of marketing. Maybe you're good at search engine optimization. Maybe you're good at blogging. Maybe you're good at email marketing or mailing list development, and you can show a local business, look, if you incorporate this type of marketing system into your website where your consistent customers can subscribe to your mailing list where you can communicate with them multiple times per week, not only can you keep them up to speed with what you're doing, sales specials and stuff like that, but you can also communicate with them, offer them special deals, incentives to come in on days that maybe are a little slower than other days. Okay? All of this plays into your development as an internet marketer, depending on which level that you want to take it to. Because for me, when it comes to working with people who want to make money from home, I don't judge them based on their present mindset. And I know a lot of marketers who do that. That if somebody's not interested in getting rich, well, I don't want anything to do with you. I'm all about getting rich. I'm all about driving exotic cars and flying wherever I want. I mean, that stuff's all well and good. And you can get there. But you've got to start somewhere. You don't get to the top of the ladder by taking a giant leap. You get to the top of the ladder by going step by step by step until you reach the plateau or the level that you want to reach, and then you set up another ladder and you keep going higher. Step by step by step. This is one of the reasons why we're so adamant about sharing with people how to get into basic cash flow at the Academy, because once you have cash flow, you have that ladder. You've got something to work with. You can buy some advertising. You can, buy some solo ads. You can leverage that cash to incentivize your organization to perform at a greater level. There's all sorts of cool things that you can do to leverage income, and this is why we want to show you guys how to be able to do this, okay? So getting paid as a coach or mentor is simply an element of what it is that we are already doing. We're building lists, we're contacting people, we're building relationships. Now it's time to simply offer my time, okay? And it's really just a simple, basic formula. Step one, okay? For those of you that are email marketers, send a broadcast to your list offering, 15 to 30-minute free, I don't even like the word coaching anymore, free consultations where you will answer any questions they have about getting sign-ups and sales in their business every day. You might say, well, Rex, holy crap, I don't know how to do that yet. And I'm going to say not to worry. Here's why. For those of you that are already members of the Academy, all you have to do once you schedule one of these appointments, if there's something that someone wants to know that you don't know, come to the help desk in the Academy, send me a request and say, hey, Rex, I got a consulting session tomorrow with a marketer at 3 p.m. Eastern time who wants to learn some strategies for generating signups in Wake Up Now, for example. But I'm not really sure, how to go about that. Okay? As a pro upgraded member of the Academy, we'll get on the phone and we'll go over and we'll put together a brief outline that you can go over with that person, and boom, you can go out and earn your money on the side so you'll have some cash flow to put back into your business. Okay? The Academy is not going to be this platform where the leadership hides behind the system and relies upon the videos and the written content and the workshops to do our job for us. It's certainly going to help, but we are also going to be very hands-on for those people who want the assistance, okay? I mean, I don't know if you've seen the offer page at the Academy or not right now, but the value we're offering inside the Academy absolutely annihilates how little money we're actually asking on a monthly basis. And the only reason that we do that is so you guys can get paid. People wanted to make money with it, so we put an affiliate program in. People get 25 paid members in their team. We upgrade them from 50% to 75% commissions. Okay, now you've got something to work with. Okay, and you can even leverage the academy as your price for your services. You're doing a 15-minute free coaching session or a 30-minute consultation. I said coaching again. And they ask you, well, how do I, continue to work with you? And now, boom, now you've got some leverage. Well, there's a couple of options here. I mean, what is it exactly that you want to accomplish? And you sit down and you talk. I always start with this. Okay, well, before we explore any of that, so we can make sure that there's a good fit for you and I to work together, let me ask you a couple of questions so I can see if we're on the same page and that we are going to be a good fit. Oh, okay, sure. Okay, well, what is your income intention over the next 90 days? You're in Wake Up Now, right? Okay, what would you like to see happen realistically in Wake Up Now over the next 90 days? Are you looking to quit your job with Wake Up Now? Are you just looking to make a little extra money on top of your job because you're one of those very small handfuls of people out there that actually likes your job? I mean, what is it that you want? Find out what they want. And you say, well, based on what you just shared with me there, then here's what I would recommend. I don't see that you're going to need a lot of my time for that, but I'm certainly willing to offer you that. So here's what I'm willing to do. Okay? If you're serious about this and you want to get access to the training that's going to assist you with this, okay, I work with the academyofhomebusiness.com, and you could actually get started there for $47 per month. And if you show me over a period of 30 to 45 days that you're serious, that you're willing to follow the training and go out here and get into cash flow, okay, then we can, look at perhaps at a later date stepping up the game. But I don't want to waste your time, and I certainly don't want you to waste your money. Okay, I want you to get the most out of what it is that we are doing. And you could leverage people into the academy that way. You could do the same thing with your primary business opportunity. You set the price. Your time is incredibly valuable, and so many marketers miss the opportunity to leverage that. Okay, so again, back to step one. A great way to get started with this is just send a broadcast to your list offering a 15 to 30-minute free consultation so you can start developing a relationship with people, find out where they are. Because this is also going to tell you, too, who's on your list, and you might find that person that you just don't believe that you can work with, and you know that you're not going to waste your time there, or that, that they're not going to waste theirs. It's just one more thing that you can do throughout the course of your day that can leverage your time to get the results that you're looking for in terms of compensation. Okay, step two. Okay, we'll write this out. Okay, after the first consultation, okay, leverage your business opportunity, the academy. Let me rephrase that. Business opportunity or the academy as the price for your consulting services to other internet marketers, or simply ask for cash in trade for your time. Okay, this is a simple, stripped down, bare bones, basic, simple, stripped down, bare bones, basic outline, but it gets the point across. There just comes a point in time where you've got to start thinking outside of the box. You've got to start looking at things from the perspective of the value of your time, which so many marketers don't do. And that's why so much time gets wasted and people don't get paid. They don't have a daily plan of action. They don't have, you know, a couple of, creative ways to leverage their time to generate income in that daily plan of action. Okay, you will get to a point, if you're willing to become a student of the game, to invest time in your education every day, that people will pay you significant amounts of money to even have you show up and speak at a local event in your community, or maybe even somewhere throughout the United States. I know marketers that get paid $20,000 just to show up somewhere. Just to show up. Not counting the cost of their food, the cost of their airfare, just to show up. Okay? Plus, this is what I'm going to need to get there. This is what I'm going to need when I'm there. And people will pay it. And the reason they will pay it is because these are people that took the initiative to go above and beyond and learn what they needed to learn to get to that level. So, simple two-step process that you can begin to think about right now in terms of getting paid for your time. There's people out there who want to know how to get better results with SafeList. There's people out there who want to know how to get better results with traffic exchanges. There's people out there that want to know how to get signups in, Wake Up Now, Empower Network, Canaway, Mary Kay, Amway, this way, that way, any other way. Okay, give them 15 to 30 minutes of your time and give them in just massive value during that time. And so many of them, I'm not going to say all of them will want to work with you, but the majority will. And once they want to work with you, you will get signups in your business. I can't tell you how many people have signed up in my business with me just because they wanted to work with me and signed up not knowing anything about it at all. Well, Rex, I just want to work with you. Send me your link. I want to go ahead and get started, and then we'll just move along as we go. Sure. Okay. But before we do that, I've got a couple questions for you just to make sure that there's going to be a good fit. Okay. Questions that you should be asking people. Okay. Questions you should be asking potential consulting clients. Okay. Always find out what their income intention is, especially with internet marketers. Find out what their income intention is. Ask them. Ask them, what would you like to see the outcome be from our time together over the next 90 days? Find out what it is they want. Okay. Another question you can ask. Okay, so are you doing this so you can leave your job and be home full time, or are you just looking for a way to make some extra money or subsidize your income? What is your weekly allotment of time for learning and practicing what you are learning every week? Okay, those are three important questions you can ask people to find out what level of commitment they're at, because if they here's what will happen a lot of times if there is not a level of commitment on their part. And I've seen this happen before. Okay, where I've had people pay me large amounts of money for my time, want my services. Oh yes, Rex, I'll do whatever you say. I'll do whatever you say. And come Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time when we're supposed to meet, they're nowhere to be found. So I send them an email or I pick up the phone and I say, hey, Bob, it's Rex. You and I were supposed to meet for your first consultation here today at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You know, you've already paid me, and, you know, I'm here. You've got about a 20-minute window to get back with me. Otherwise, we're going to have to reschedule for this time next week. So let me know. Okay? And always set this precedent for your services. Once you have paid for this consulting service, okay, it's on you. Okay? It's your responsibility to show up when we set an appointment. Once you have paid, my time is booked. There are no refunds on that, just so you're clear up front. Because that way it's not going to come back to bite you 3 weeks down the road when somebody sent you $1,000. You haven't heard from them, and all of a sudden you get this email the one day that says, well, you know, Rex, I got to thinking about it. You know, I just don't think this is for me. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay? From the very beginning, I made it very clear to you that if you send me money to book my time now, that time is booked and paid for, period. Period. Okay? So, in review, always find out what their income intention is. Find out how much money they want to make. Find out what their mindset is. Okay, another and part of that too is find out what people's passion is, what their drive is, because so many times you're going to ask people, what do you want? Well, I really want to be financially free. That's not an answer. Okay, you want to be financially free. Why? What do you want to do? What do you want to own? What would you like to purchase? What's your dream home look like? What's your dream car look like? If you and I were going down to pick out your new car today, where would we be going and what would we be looking at? What color is it? What's the interior made out of? You know, find out where people are at in their mind. Because if they can't get there in their mind, there's a very good chance they're not going to get there at all right now. Okay, there's a lot of things that you can do to find out from the beginning what's going to be the best for any one person. If they can't get somewhere in their mind right now, find out what it is that they do believe that they can accomplish. And I'll give you an example of this. Okay, back when I was I think I was still in my 20s, I had to have a surgical procedure called a fundoplication because the acid content in my stomach was so high that it had actually eaten away a portion of the valve between my stomach and my esophagus. I know, great picture, right? You're probably going, oh, yeah, I hear you. Okay. Well, I was pretty nervous about having that operation. Not quite as nervous as I was when I had the heart valve replacement, but I was pretty nervous. And I was going to a church at that time that really challenged my beliefs and really was working on taking my faith, you know, to another level of really being able to put my faith in God. And I remember one Sunday night, one of the ministers from the church I was working with, I had gone down front for prayer. And Pastor Paul had approached me, and he was actually coming up to the hospital to sit with my mom and dad while I was in surgery and everything else. Very hands-on pastor, one of the coolest guys I ever met in my life. And he had asked me, he says, what are we going to pray for? I said, well, I don't know what to pray for. He says, well, Rex, he says, let me ask you right now. He says, what do you believe? He said, and this is where I started to learn about the spiritual law of agreement. He says, because whatever you and I agree on here today, that's what's going to be done for you. And I said, well, ideally, I wouldn't want to have this. I don't want to have the surgery at all. I would like a miracle in my health right now, to where that valve in my stomach was completely restored and I wouldn't have to have the surgery at all. He says, do you believe where you're at right now that that's going to happen? And I was honest with him. I said, no. I said, I don't believe my faith is there. And he says, well, what do you believe? He says, let me ask you this. He says, Rex, he says, could you believe for a surgery that goes flawlessly with a fast recovery, where you're out of the hospital in 4 days and back to work, by, the first week of December? And I said, yes. I said, I can certainly believe that. He said, well, that's what we're going to ask God for today. And we prayed together that day. And that my recovery and my return to work went exactly as Pastor Paul and I agreed upon. Exactly. Okay, I was out of the hospital in 4 days. I was actually able to deer hunt that year against doctor's orders. I wasn't supposed to deer hunt. I mean, this was going on in the prime of deer hunting season, and I got to have surgery during my favorite time of the year? Are you kidding me? I was actually able to go out and get some deer hunting. And granted, I didn't bow hunt. I wasn't able to pull a bow, but I was able to fire a muzzle loader so I could at least hunt during the muzzle loading season up here in Michigan. But my return to health went exactly as we prayed for that day, and that was huge for me. And you might be asking, Rex, what in the world does this have to do with what we're talking about right now? It has everything to do with what we're talking about right now, for two reasons. Number one, in order for you to get paid as a coach or a consultant, you have to believe that you deserve it. You have to get past this point in your mind that says, I don't know enough. You don't need to know everything. You just need to leverage your friends who do. Point number one. And point number two, this is going to be, if you listen to the story I just shared with you and take that to heart, and hopefully some of you are taking notes today, and we'll wrap up with this. If you, again, take what I said to heart today and think about that story when you are talking with people, it's going to give you a great foundation to find out where they're at in their life, so you guys can utilize that spiritual and universal law of agreement to accomplish what you want as both a consultant and a client. Because remember this, ladies and gentlemen, and it's written in the book called Matthew in chapter 18, where two or more come together and ask anything, it will be done for them. Okay? That is a powerful, powerful truth that applies to life and business. So keep that in mind when you're going out there to set forth on a journey to assist others and receive compensation for your time. One more thing real quick, and then I will close. There's a book called A Course in Miracles, and the most updated version of that book has a teacher's guide in the back of it. Whether or not you've ever studied A Course in Miracles or read the book, I would highly recommend, and you might even be able to find it for free on the internet in PDF format. In terms of the divine law of compensation, read that teacher's guide in the back of A Course in Miracles and study A Course in Miracles. It's a phenomenal book. Okay, phenomenal book. It's one of my favorite books, and as a matter of fact, I need to start studying it again because I haven't for a while, because I've been reading some other things. Okay, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, really just bare bones, simple, basic stuff. And this is why we're doing what we're doing with the Academy, to show you guys, look, this isn't rocket science. You just need to see what's going on out there, what others are doing, and how you can do the same thing. And if you're on this workshop today and you're not already part of the Academy of Home Business, just get back with the person that referred you to this workshop, and they will be more than happy to help you get started. And if you want to make some money with it, they'll show you how to get started doing that too. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here for today. I'm actually on my way to Kalamazoo, Michigan here this evening to go have dinner with my family before we head back to Florida on Saturday. So we will not be having any other workshops this evening. We will be doing our next 2 workshops at our regularly scheduled time tomorrow at 11 and 3 p.m. Eastern time. I look forward to seeing you back there then. And remember, guys, there's a group of people out here that are here to assist you. Reach out, all right, and let's get some people making some money in the world of online marketing. It's not rocket science, and it's just high time that people learned how without having to go through 900 different training courses, mentors, and coaches and everything else just to, get their feet wet and find out that what they learned returned to them void, because that happens a lot. All right. We can't do it for you, but we're certainly willing to share with you what we have done and do everything in our power to help you replicate that. So once again, thank you for your time this afternoon. God bless you. You guys have a great evening. Go out there and make some money tonight. Follow the training. Use the capture systems. They're all there. Put these things into traffic on the safe list. I mean, good grief. Just this afternoon, I had my wife start running the new capture page that we just put up in the Academy yesterday, targeting safe lists, and I've already got subscribers coming in, collecting email addresses, which is part of what you need to do every day if you're going to build an audience, all right, and win the trust of some people, most importantly, okay? So God bless you guys. Have a fantastic evening. I will have my phone with me. If anybody needs to reach me on Facebook, feel free to do so. And with that, we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a great evening. Bye for now.